Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week we are celebrating the last days of Pesach. The question of the week is, what is the great emphasis on the last days of Pesach in reference to Moshiach's arrival? So 29 years ago, in the last Farbrengen of the Rebbe, on Achron Shel Pesach, the Rebbe addressed this issue, and he asked, what is the reason why there's a tremendous emphasis in reference to the last days of Pesach and the Geula, the redemption with Moshiach? And the Rebbe explains as follows. So first, the Rebbe says that the truth is that the whole Pesach is connected in some way to the future redemption. Why? Because the prophet Micha, when he speaks about the future redemption, he says, Ki meit seis chamer Mitzrayim, just like the days when we went out of Egypt, Arenu, we will see in the future, Neflois, tremendous wonders. So you see already the prophet Micha connects the future redemption, the coming of Mashiach, with the whole holiday of Pesach. That means Yetzias Mitzrayim was the beginning of the ultimate future redemption. So that's in general. More specifically, the Rebbe explains, what's the specific connection between the redemption and the last days of Pesach? And the Rebbe explains like this. First, 4 reasons the Rebbe gives. Reason number 1, the Rebbe says, is because the last day of Pesach is the 8th day of Pesach. 8 is significant in reference to Mashiach. Why? Because we know in the temple they played a violin. The violin had 7 strings. When Mashiach comes, there's going to be Lamatzeach ala Shminis. There's going to be an 8th string, and they're going to play from the 8th string. So you see there's a connection between the 8th day of Pesach and the special violin's 8th string, which will be unique to the Beis HaMikdash when Mashiach comes. So that's the first reason, and that's the first connection with the coming of Mashiach. The second connection the Rebbe gives is that when you look in the Haftorah of Achron Shel Pesach, so you see in the Haftorah of Achron Shel Pesach, it's very, very clear. The prophet Isaiah speaks about the Moshiach and the tremendous qualities he's going to have, the way he's going to be able to be inspired by God, and the way he's going to be able to say things the way they are. It's going to talk about the times of Moshiach, when the wolf will lie with the lamb, the famous prophecy. So you see specifically in the Haftorah of the last day of Pesach speaks about the coming of Moshiach. So that's the second connection with Moshiach. The third connection, the Rebbe says, is that we know the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of mysticism, instituted the custom that on Achron Shel Pesach, that means this year would be Thursday after Mincha, Thursday afternoon, there's a custom to have the Sudas Mashiach, a real feast of Mashiach, with you wash, you eat matzah, you drink 4 cups of wine or grape juice. And the reason why we have 4, because 4 resembles the 4 different expressions of redemption. So we had the first night and the second night of Pesach was for the past, was for going out of Egypt. But the Baal Shem Tov instituted that on Achron Shel Pesach we already have a physical feast, not drama, not in theory, not meditation, but real Sudas Mashiach. That means we're getting ready for Mashiach to come, and we're celebrating with a feast of Mashiach. And we know that's a custom that the Rebbe Rashab instituted for the whole Chabad yeshiva system, and obviously we know the Rebbe instituted for everyone, and we know it's a tremendous custom which is celebrated all over the world today. People are celebrating Sudas Mashiach. Why? Because we're excited and we know and we're ready for Mashiach to come in a real way. So that is the third reason. The fourth reason the Rebbe says is because we find that we started to count the Omer from the second night of Pesach. We count the Omer. Why do we count the Omer? Because the Torah says that you should count Sheva Shavuos. You count 7 weeks, which is 49 days, until Mimacharas HaShabbos, above Shabbos, which is the 50th day. And the 50th day we get as a gift from Hashem. In other words, our avoda in the spheres of Omer is to count 7 weeks. Every single day we're counting, we're transforming ourselves for the 7 week. But the goal is Hashem should give us the gift, which is called Shar Hanun, the 50th level, which specifically in the world of Kabbalah is called the 50th gate, Abino, which that's something which we cannot achieve on our own. That's something which comes as a gift from Hashem. And the Rebbe says that's directly connected to Mashiach. Why? Because it says, as we quoted before from Prophet Micha, what did Micha say? Ki meit seischa me'eretz Mitzrayim, just like when you're going out of Egypt, but referring to the future when Mashiach comes, Arenu, I will show you niflaot. I'll show you wonders. So the Zohar says on the word niflaot, that what kind of wonders is Hashem going to show us? Pella is a wonder. What's niflaot? That nun of the word niflaot is referring to the 50th level. The 50th level is going to be a wonder where Hashem is going to reveal to us that level. In other words, when we went out of Egypt, we know we were on 49 levels and we couldn't get out. So Hashem pulled us out of 49 levels. When Moshiach comes, we're going to get the 50th level, the Nun, the 50th level of Bina. That's going to be revealed in a revealed way. So you see, Sfira Sa'omer, the counting on which we actually finish on Achshel Pesach one complete week. And it's the first Sfira, which is the most strongest Sfira. Chesed is the strongest Sfira, is connected to ultimately the greatest revelation which we're going to have of the 50th level, the Nun, the 50th level, which will be a Pella when Mashiach comes. So here you see there are 4 reasons why there's a tremendous emphasis in relation to coming of Mashiach and Achron Shel Pesach. And again, just to recap, the first one is because in the times of the temple, there's going to be the violin of the 8th harp. The second reason is, as we see in the prophets, which speaks about the last day of Pesach, about coming of Mashiach. The third one is, we know the custom to have the Mashiach Sudah. And the fourth one is because we are going to bring in the 50th level, which through the work of Sfiras Omer, which is going to be revealed when Mashiach comes in a revealed way. So I want to wish everyone a happy Pesach, and a Pesach that we totally are redeemed from this exile personally and spiritually, on an individual level, on a global level. We all merit to see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlomo ben Yosef, and Rachel bas Lipa. May their souls be elevated by the Torah we're studying in their memory. Again, thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. Happy Pesach. Happy